appears more and more that our system cannot handle, was not designed, neither our Constitution or our institutions, to handle an aberrant, mad king like Donald Trump.
That is journalist Carl Bernstein, who is calling out specific GOP lawmakers who refuse to publicly hold Trump accountable for his refusal to concede. Now, today there was big news. It appears that Trump will allow the transition process to finally begin. The General Services Agency has contacted Joe Biden, and they will begin the transition process. But prior to today, it appeared as though only a handful of Republican lawmakers were willing to publicly mention what the reality of the situation was, talk about the importance of beginning the transition process, and also urge Donald Trump to concede. Now, Bernstein had talked to dozens of other GOP lawmakers who privately told him that they believed that Joe Biden won, but they wouldn't say it publicly. And so Bernstein decided to out them, and I'll share the names that he made public over the weekend. The 21 senators he named included, first of all, names you would expect, but also some surprises like Senator John Cornyn, Senator Rick Scott, and Senate Majority Whip John Thune. The other 18 GOP senators are Rob Portman, Lamar Alexander, Ben Sasse, Roy Blunt, Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, Mitt Romney, Mike Braun, Todd Young, Tim Scott, Marco Rubio, Chuck Grassley, Richard Burr, Pat Toomey, Martha McSally, Jerry Moran, Pat Roberts, and Richard Shelby. So those are just some of the names that he decided to make public. And I think it's important to do that because doing positive PR for them by saying like, no, behind the scenes, they're good guys. It's just that publicly they're lying to everyone, just ain't gonna cut it. And luckily Bernstein felt the need to go public with this information.
Yeah, Bernstein, by the way, says that he did not violate any journalistic ethics. They had not spoken to him directly, but he had gotten it from a great number of sources on these specific 21 senators. And by the way, Pat Toomey and Rob Portman have now come out and said, yes, it's President-elect Biden. So they've joined the list of people who are saying this thing is done. But others on that list furiously deny that they ever talked crap about Trump behind his back. But everyone on the planet knows it except the Republican voters. And that's because the media will not report it, or they'll report it as whisperings, et cetera, anonymous, and that allows the Trump to say that it's fake news. So number one, it's profiles in cowardice for the Republican senators to pretend to be alpha male tough guys publicly and then tell people privately, yes, we know Trump is an idiot and we know he's a terrible guy trying to steal this election, but we're gonna sit by idly because we're too scared of him. That's just the saddest thing I've ever heard. So big bad John in Texas, John Cornyn, coward. Rick Scott and Marco Rubio, obvious cowards in Florida. They know, and now we know for a fact that they know. That Trump has always been wrong. I mean, think about it, guys, the enormity of what they're doing wrong. I'm not talking about Trump, I'm talking about these Republican senators. These are the guys who know for a fact that Trump is trying to end democracy by stealing an election they know for sure he did not win. And they're not saying anything publicly.
Right.
They're backing him publicly, in fact.
Right, I mean, publicly, you're right, they are backing him. And JR put together a fantastic compilation video featuring the very GOP lawmakers that were named by Bernstein, supporting Donald Trump and his ridiculous claims of widespread voter fraud, essentially enabling him. Let's take a look at that.
We should demand justice for these innocent victims of this agitation, this chaos, and the looting that we're seeing, the violence around the country. So I think the president is sending a strong and a correct message that we will not tolerate it under any circumstances.
President Trump's been there briefly, and in that time managed to take the economy from really the doldrums, it was really a flat economy, to one of the best economies we've had in generations.
Unfortunately, Trump, I mean, it's for the Democrats, I mean, they didn't prove anything except that Trump's innocent. I mean, he's the only guy that was transparent. He released the transcript. They said, oh, this horrible phone call. Well, he released it. He ruined their day. We're playing this game that Pelosi has. She just hates Trump.
I know the truth. This president has united tonight in one place at one time, people from all over the world united by one thing. They are proud Americans. Listen, I saw yesterday a video of these people in Texas. Did you see it? All the cars on the road with the... We love what they did, but here's the thing they don't know. We do that in Florida every day.
Senator, the question was, are you proud of your support for President Trump?
I'm proud to be fighting for Arizona every single day.
Is that a yes or a no for President Trump?
Putting legislation on President Trump's desk.
So you're proud of your support for President Trump?
You look at the legislation we put on his desk, it's to cut Arizona taxes.
It sounds like she is proud of her support for President Trump.
I'm proud to be fighting for Arizona.
You guys got outed, and I love to see it. So maybe now they can publicly admit what they've been saying privately since Trump has agreed to the transition process.
Yeah, no, and that's part of why I was so animated during this attempted political coup, because I wanted people to know what these people were willing to do, even if they don't succeed at doing it. So they're such clowns, they succeeded at almost nothing in these last 4 years. And so there was some percentage chance that it was gonna work and they were gonna have the Republicans at the state level just go, yeah, I lost my mind, I don't care, I'll just put different slate of electors, etc. But even if it wasn't gonna work, which is over 90% chances, I explained in earlier videos that it wasn't gonna work, it's important for people to understand that it happened, because later they'll just cover it up. The mainstream media will go back to praising corporate Republicans and corporate Democrats. That's mainstream media 101. And they'll make it seem like it never happened. No, it happened. They tried to actually pick someone who did not win the election. And that is overturning our democracy. And it was not just Trump. It was all of these Republican senators, full well knowing that they were lying and cheating, that signed on to it. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.